Hello, hi America, hi everyone. How's it going today? Today is May the 6th, 2023. Hope you're having a great day. It's beautiful weather here. It's like picnic weather day, and uh, and I love those days. I didn't go on a picnic today, but I was out and about, and I was, stopped and turned around, looked up at the clouds and the blue sky, and just acknowledge the fact that we're even here, that we are existing on this planet by the grace of God. I mean, it is just a miracle. And uh, I see it as a miracle. You don't have to see it that way. My name is Michael Tomlinson. I am an American tear. Um, and yeah, I'm having a good day. Being productive, being positive, moving forward. I haven't got very many heavy duty distractions in my life. I feel very blessed by that because I'm just able to kind of live a life and hoping for the best, doing my best, always trying to do better. Just like I've said in past videos, I just still work on that stuff too, just like everyone else. And but when it, and lately there's so much. Um, I don't know what kind of talk is going on out there, but people are just scared, or people are wanting to talk about, banking crisis to, a war to a civil war to, you know, um, just just bad news, I guess. They just want to spread stuff about, both parties are hitting each other up, like, and people that are going public with it are doing the exact same thing. They're just spreading, you know, um, crisscrossing messages, and some are worse than others, actually. Some of them I just don't appreciate. I think it's just unnecessary, degrading. And if you're making a point and having a conversation and you want to degrade people, that's not a good way of talking. I just say you got to get rid of that. Stick to your points and what you're trying to say and what you're talking about. But, degrading people or degrading a party of people just because you can is too easy, and it's a cheap shot, man. It's just, you don't have to do that. So that's my take on that. So, say what you have to say. It's your right, your freedom. I believe in that. Degrading other people and degrading something else, degrading anyone or any party, I guess is what I'm trying to say, is something else, man. That's just unnecessary. That's just talking hate. And I've talked about that in past videos. Being people throwing their suggestive hate out there and where they stand, in their own way by degrading, you know. Oh, dear, 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 dear. God help us. I feel like if I shaved my head and I grew a beard, showed off my tattoos, white, tight t-shirt, and stood here and go off like a backyard dog, like rah, 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 this and that and this, then maybe you pay attention. But I'm not like that. I'm just on the other side. I'm like, if there were like battle of the bands, and it was nothing but death metal bands, like battle of death metal bands, and I'm the soft rock band kind of guy, right? And I participate, so they're going from like rah 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 heavy, I mean death metal, heavy metal, to me with a piano and a flute, ding 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 ding. People are just gonna hate on me. They're not gonna like it. I'm just not gonna fit in with that crew. And if I do, it's like maybe one, maybe two people, and they're probably my friends anyways. Maybe three. I was gonna be okay with it. Or maybe these death metal fans would be like, yeah, and start slow dancing and couple dancing, holding hands, fall in love again. Who knows? That's an outreach. I'm just kind of talking right now about displacement, or what I'm like I see, and what kind of like what I'm up against in some weird way. That's what I feel like I'm up against in a metaphoric kind of way. It's like if I'm not sounding raw or angry enough or pissed off enough, when I might point my finger, at blaming and complaining. I don't do that. I don't bother with that stuff, man. That is just low, 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 low vibration stuff. To get up there, reach for the higher power, start to really see things, which brings me around to where I have to be, and just because of my own state of mind, my own sanity, is remind myself that I'm in a state of enlightenment. I live, I'm pushing myself, and I always do, to be enlightened, and I don't need negative naysayers around me, and why I'm working on enlightenment. What they need is enlightenment. The way I see it, more than I need. I just need it because that's the way I roll. That's what I do. That's just what's inside of me. It's just inside of me, to remain, or keep looking forward and rediscovering, different states of enlightenment. Come in different forms, different ways. It can be in a conversation sometimes, or it can be in a full-on lifestyle, which is a state of enlightenment. Not that it means you're happy all the time, or things are great and perfect, and it's not what I'm talking about when I say that. I just mean that at state of enlightenment, we know how to maneuver and pivot. We know how to do things and react in a positive way toward negative walls, or negative things, or negative people. Know how to, get around it really quick, like, and not let it affect our state of mind. And if you can do that, you're living in a state of enlightenment. But if we can't do that, to figure out how to navigate ourselves around any kind of negativity that's going on around us, that is just unnecessary. Marriages just don't belong there, and then it's the state of enlightenment is going to be a little bit more difficult, because we just, it might take that a little bit of more oomph to get past that negative wall, and I need to come up with an example for what I mean by negative wall, and in my life, it's, if I were to even talk to anyone about the American Cheer movement, like a family member or a friend, that I've already talked to about it in the past, It's not the first time they've heard me talk about it. But, and if they hear me talk about it to them again for like the 10th time, and I'm just hitting a wall. Just hitting a wall. I'm just, I just need to accept my own state of enlightenment and kind of like just let that wall be the wall. It's not my wall. It belongs to someone else. And I don't need to try to break it down or try to go through it or bounce off of it. It's not my job. It's not the place. It's not, and maybe that's what people think they want or want me to do, but I don't do that. And that's pushing toward a state of enlightenment, like realizing, like, hey, man, I just gotta embrace who I am and do what I have to do and move forward. I can only do so much. And be very, very happy about that. At least I tried. And I've tried in the past a couple of times. And I'll probably keep trying. Just for the heck of it. Just for kicks. Kicking my leg up right now. Kicks. Just for kicks, man. So you can look at, the state of enlightenment as something a little bit higher, like a little bit more like in a higher power, like, and like a belief, and and there's definitely power in that too. There's enlightenment there, and that's not a bad place to be. Just as long as you're not claiming to be a state of enlightenment with in a spiritual realm, but you have to live it too. So it's has its price. You can't just say I'm enlightened, but you gotta, we gotta live an enlightened life. So if you're gonna be enlightened, then express it through your actions and through that calling, and not fall into distractions and things that are not really part of your enlightenment mission. I've been part of congregations, like, I've gone to church, Christian congregations and things like that. And it's easy for me to spot, the core members eventually make themselves known, and then, but it's easy to see, like, how, how it's not even a state of enlightenment. It's just a state of job, a state of money, a state of status, a state of, like, when I even say status, I mean status in all levels. They only want certain kind of members that make certain kind of money, and they can contribute to that church, that little congregation. So the core group can have a job. They can buy a home off of that, and that's what they all do. So it's not, that's not, like, to me, it doesn't seem like a strong state, state of enlightenment. It's more like a strong state of a job. Enlightenment is a job, for them, and how they make a living. But I don't think enlightenment is really a job, that you get paid for. Something you just live, something you just do, something you're a part of. And to try to mix it up with other elements, ingredients, no matter how good of a person you are. Like I said, you can be a good Christian. It doesn't matter how good of a person you are. But if you're trying to mix in money and selfish reasons and intentions to help yourself, just help you and your family or whatever, just grow, that's not a state of enlightenment. That's just in a state of self-will. Not enlightenment. Enlightenment is being able to look at others with an open mind, with an open heart, and express yourself and let them express themselves and be honest. Whether you're getting paid for it or not doesn't matter. And if in fact, if you just do that, you'll get paid for doing that, and that's the easiest thing. That should be the coolest thing. Is to be able to freely and honestly share enlightenment with others if they want it, if they are pursuing that, if they want to live a different kind of spiritual life, in this physical realm of life that we live in. There's some stepping stones, and people need help. We need to help them as Americaneers, find those steps to take, to rise to that occasion, so they can join in on the joy of the state of enlightenment, the exciting adventure of being in a state of enlightenment. That's you can't, like I said, there's a lot of things you can buy, a lot of things you can't buy. And that's just another thing you just can't buy. You have to experience it. You have to put in your own, you have to pay your own dues to make that happen. But it's well worth it. You may even become a better person. Oh my God, a better person. Oh no. You should want to be a better person. Like I want to be everyone should want to be a little bit better tomorrow than we were today. And maybe that's my thinking, and maybe a lot of people are watching the video say, I don't want to be better, tomorrow than I am today. And that's okay. It's your choice. I'm not going to argue with you, on, what's good and what's bad. And that's definitely not why I'm here. But if you are watching this video and you're in that crossroads of enlightenment, and you're meant to watch this, then, because I'm here to encourage you to follow the state of enlightenment. Stick with it. Roll with the punches. It gets easier and easier and easier. Eventually, you just will just be living in it without realizing that's what you're doing. You wake up in the morning, you're like, wow, I'm feeling okay about a lot of stuff that I used to not feel okay with. And now I do. Something's working. So I hope that helps. And with Americaneers, definitely that's one thing we always have to work on. And if it's just an individual watching this video, then it's just, personal help. If you need a little help and you need a little oomph, I hope that helps. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk later, okay? Peace, love,